Everyone knows that people are mostly water by volume. Thus, we're mostly oxygen by weight, because oxygen atoms weigh 16, whereas and O2 is 32, whereas hydrogen just weighs 1. It also means that the body is mostly hydrogen by volume. 2 hydrogen atoms for every oxygen atom, and every atom takes up the same amount of space. The only thing that varies is the weight. So that's why we're mostly hydrogen by volume. That's really important. Hydrogen is part of virtually every chemical process in the body. There's nothing that I've found yet that isn't touched by hydrogen in one way or another. Even our DNA is built around a spine of water. Every single part of us has to do with water. Water and hydrogen is the biggest part of water by volume. Everyone knows if we don't get oxygen, we're dead in minutes. You get 3 minutes, you're unconscious, 5 minutes, it doesn't take very long, you're dead. And we can get oxygen just by breathing. Hydrogen is always tied up with something in nature. The fact is, we would die if we didn't get it. And the body has incredible complex mechanisms, simple and complex, to keep the hydrogen that you have. So therefore, if you don't drink water, for example, you can last for several days. You can't exist without hydrogen, and you need hydrogen input on a relatively constant basis. It's so important that our bodies, and this is something that no one in the medical field, it's like the most important thing there is, and it's unknown. It's completely unknown. Most of the universe is made of hydrogen. I think of it as the molecule or atom that's closest to God. There's been shown out in space where hydrogen just seems to appear out of nothing and go back into nothing. It's kind of like quarks and when you go into quantum mechanics and that. So the hydrogen atom is the simplest atom that there is, that we know of. That's a whole and complete atom. It comprises most of everything, including us. But how do we get it? Because it's not free in nature. It is in space, and they've even thought of making spaceships with great big scoops on them that can, as they're going, they just get their fuel because they collect the hydrogen that's free in space. But here on the planet, it's always tied up with something. There is a lot of hydrogen, but it's always attached to something, and it takes energy to pull it apart. In us, we get it mostly from our food, because there are bacteria that when they digest our food for us, they actually split it down into its molecular and atomic form, where as it splits apart, all those hydrocarbons, the hydrogen becomes free and then comes out into the bloodstream. This is also very important. Now, your body does have the means of splitting the water directly using various enzymes and stuff, and I really want to study that some more, because if we can split water using virtually no energy, then we have a virtually infinite energy source on the planet.